Hi there. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time we had an extended conversation with Kazuma, and it was surprisingly nice. You know, it kind of reminded me that, we might be on opposite sides and have different perspectives on things, but, we're still pals. We're still friends. I was also kind of flummoxed at the end because the game, it was implying that there was something I missed or something I needed to do. But I messed around off screen and figured out that you had to present the autopsy report. I don't know. Nothing really suggested that, well, at least like from what I could tell. But I guess it is a point of contention. And also, I went back to before I presented it, so I could share the dialogue and stuff. But anyway, this came up in the trial, didn't it? That's something a little dubious, I mean. The fact that no time of death was recorded on Inspector Gregson's autopsy report. Yeah, that is kind of strange when you think about it. Yes, there were some unexpected turns in the courtroom earlier. The suggestion you came up with certainly took everyone by surprise. The idea that the victim died the previous day at some other location is quite something. Yeah, see, this is one of the issues where me taking, like, months off probably affected things, because I do remember the broad plot details and, the important stuff, but I didn't remember, like, every part of the actual murder. I mean, Gregson's murder, anyway. Which is weird, because, like, Gregson's murder is front and center, but we got all this other shit, like the Reaper, the Professor, Kazuma, there's all these different, tangled webs, if you will. Well, considering when the pocket watch had stopped and the scorch marks on the candle, it's certainly a distinct possibility. The evidence and the scene both point to it. And to be honest, it bothered me too. So I paid a visit to the autopsy room earlier. The coroner responsible wasn't there, but I got a name. It's Dr. Gory. Seems a little on the nose for a coroner, but guess it wouldn't be the first time. If it wouldn't trouble you, Kazuma-sama, we'd very much like to speak with the coroner too. Of course. The last thing I want is for anything to be brushed under the carpet. Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory is behind Lowgate Cemetery. Lowgate Cemetery? My Barclay prison, you mean? Ah, you know it, do you? The prison where my father was incarcerated, and robbed of his life. Kazuma-sama. Yeah, it does seem to be weighing on him, something fierce. Well, thank you. We'll pay a visit to the laboratory later today. And now we can progress with, like, wrapping things up here, at least for the time being. I mean, I could have figured it out eventually, I'm sure, but, I like to do these things, be thorough with each encounter so we aren't, like, constantly going back and forth unless we have to. Ryunosuke, I want to thank you. What for? For this. And here we got that sick theme. I tell you, it's got this, it's gallant. It's kind of slow and not, like, super hype, but, like, it's elegant and gallant and noble. It's quite nice. You safeguarded the soul of the Asogi clan. Well, it is a famous sword that's been in your family for generations. My only slight regret is that I never got the chance to draw it before I returned it to you. I mean, you could have just been like Cosmo, just fucking whipped it out whenever you got mad. But, then again, knowing you might end up hurting yourself along the way, so perhaps it was for the best. Karuma is said to have been... Oh, sorry. I forgot my voice. Karuma is said to have been forged by a master swordsmith during the Sengoku Warring States period. Well, that's, I don't actually know the exact timeline of Japanese eras, but I can assume that was a long time ago, even for this era. I come from a long lineage of warriors, many of whom were expert swordsmen. Well, you're a chip off the old block, I'd say. This blade, Karuma, is a symbol of the Asogi's clan's honor and might. So watch where you point that thing. Apparently, one of my father's apprentices even took the blade's name for his surname. Damn, that's some blade. I mean, it's cool and all, but like, it's not good. Well, I can definitely tell you the fucking Asagi clan was a fucking clan of longsword mans. Really, Karuma. It does sound formidable, that's for sure. John Karuma. I mean, yeah, that's it. I guess it does. It's a cool name, I guess. 16 years ago, when my father was a visiting student here in London, he had this sword forever at his side. Which is why it means so much to me that I have it by my side again now, too. Yeah, no, it's me. That's... Well, you're welcome, pal. I'll gladly be the safekeeper. And that is all thanks to you. It was an honor. See, that's a nice moment, you know? Like, you know, I appreciate that, you know, even though Kazuma is on his own path and, you know, doing his own thing and clearly dealing with some stuff, you know, he's still, I don't know, he can still be sincere and, you know, like I said, we still have our bond, even if it is a little tense. Now, I have preparations to make for tomorrow. Perhaps I said a little too much. Kazuma, you've changed. No, Ryunosuke. I haven't changed at all. Oh, okay, what's with this one? This is a theme I don't know if I've heard that often, or at all. It's you who's changed. I mean, when you compare where we are now to where we were during the first case of the first game, it's hard to deny that we've gone through a lot. I can completely understand your resentment of Lord Benzeek's, given what's happened. The fact is, those events and this case are, well, unrelated? Is that what you want to say? How can you be so sure? What do you mean? Never mind. That man is a Reaper, and it's for that reason that the Inspector was killed. I'm going to prove as much in court tomorrow, by whatever means necessary. I can't let you do that, Kazuma. I know you'll do what you have to do as a lawyer. But I'm sure I don't need to tell you that I won't be taking any prisoners in the courtroom. I would expect nothing less. Until tomorrow, then, in the Old Bailey. Well, I guess that's our cue to skedaddle. Here I was just praising Kazuma, but, well, again, clearly we have very different points of view on this issue, and we're gonna have to, you know, settle things out one way or another. But, you know, I know that he's still Kazuma, and I'm still Ryunosuke, and I'm sure things will be okay, you know, in the end. let's see. Where to next? Let's see, the forensic laboratory. We've been there. We were at Sholmes' suite. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's begin. We have quite a few things. We still have quite a few places to go. But anyway, let's head to the Great Wall Waterloo Hotel. See if Professor Mikotoba's out or available. Oh, Iris is back again. Again, I'm not sure if she seems to be following us around, but she wasn't there with us when we went to Kazuma's place. But she was there now, and I'm pretty sure she was there when we were talking to Barack. But not when we were talking to Lord Strongheart. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she was off twiddling her thumbs while we were handling our business. I thought it yesterday, and I think it again today. This place is so princely. It's a wild guess, but I have a feeling you'll think the same tomorrow, too. My tea has a finer fragrance than whatever they're serving in the tea room here, though, wouldn't you say? Ah! Look what we have here. This is an unexpected pleasure. Oh, so Mikotoba is with us. Also, I have not been able to keep a consistent voice for him this whole playthrough, and the time off is not going to help me with that, so guess I'll have to wing it again. I only have so many voices I can do. Ah, Father. Oh, is this your daddy, Susie? How lovely! Look at Mikotoba's face. Oh, what a charming young lady. And you are? Oh yeah, they haven't been introduced as of yet. Ah, really? So you're the author of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, are you? That's me, Iris Wilson, at your service, sir. Susie's been such a wonderful friend to me over the last year, you know. Man, I know Iris might not be everyone's favorite character, but, you know, she's cute. She is cute as a button. You can't deny it. Well, Miss Wilson, I must say, I read your work regularly, and with much interest. Iris actually lives with Mr. Sholmes, you know, Father. Huh. Is that so? Well, perhaps that goes some way to explaining that bright look in your eyes. Hee. You wouldn't be smiling so airily if you knew just how bright she is. Believe me. Yeah, she's also smart as a whip. That person. Now then, young Naruhodo, it was a pleasure seeing you in action earlier. As an invitee of the symposium, I was allowed to observe from the gallery. After I twisted some arms. And, I must say, it was a truly exemplary performance. Oh! Well, thank you very much. Although, I'm fairly sure you admitted, by Cosima, on the end there. Ah, don't sell yourself short, Ryunosuke. We stomp ass. No. Please don't misunderstand. It was you who impressed me. Oh, here they go reading our thoughts again. Really? Really? You didn't miss a step against Asogi. And we all know how capable he is. Really, to have matured into such a fine defense lawyer in less than 8 years. It's quite extraordinary. It's very kind of you to say so. And really nice to hear. See, you know, if Mikotoba can notice our progress, you know, we know we've been places. What I saw in court today confirmed what I'd been hoping for. The favor I mentioned yesterday, Naruhodo, I trust you haven't forgotten. Bro, it might have been yesterday for Naruhodo, but it's been like 6 months for me, so you're gonna have to fill me in on that one, Chief. Oh, no, you did mention something, didn't you? But first, we have something to report, Father. Of course, of course. Shall we take tea while we discuss matters further? I wonder what Judge Jigoku has got to. That's a good question. Let's see. Okay, I guess from when we examined it before, nothing new has changed here, so we're good on that front. Maybe I can chew on my armband so he can praise me some more, because if there's one thing I love, it's praise. Look at this, Professor Mikotoba! Ah, Kazuma's armband. He was wearing that when he left for Great Britain. How curious. It didn't strike me at all. It didn't strike me at all as odd to see you wearing it. It rather suits you. Ah, you're too kind. Oh! Are you intending to return it to him? Well, yes, I mean, it has his name on it. Now that we found out he's alive, it doesn't make sense for me to keep it. Well, if you ask me, I think Cosmo would be delighted to see you wearing it. And he was, when we talked to him before. We had that nice scene with him and everything. Well, I'd feel honored if that were true. Let's see. Thinking about joining the Red-Headed League, Mr. Mikotoba, sir? Oh, I guess not. Oh, well. Let's just... No, wrong button. Let's get to chatting. So, about the whole Reaper thing, Barack has some key information. Father, do you know about the so-called Reaper of the Bailey? I've heard rumors. Some members of the judiciary explained it all to me yesterday. Of course, when I was a visiting student here in London, the Reaper was yet to emerge. Right. He didn't appear until after that case, when the visiting students had already returned home. Well, I imagine he was quite familiar with the Reaper. Or the Presser, rather. Lord Van Zieks, who was in the dock today, that was Barack, the younger brother of Clint Van Zieks, I believe. That's right. And he's known throughout London as a Reaper, as you've heard. But the truth is, it wasn't him behind all of those mysterious deaths. It was somebody else. I see. So what you're saying is, there's been a professional killer at work here. Exactly. Someone by the name of Asa Shin, in fact. I beg your pardon. Jesus Christ. Don't fucking jump scare me, Professor Mikotoba. Did you say Asa Shin? You mean that Giselle Brett woman who was responsible for killing my great friend? Wow, so, wait, you knew that was her real name? Wait. Hold up a second there, Professor Mikotoba. Wait. Oh no! A friend of yours was killed? Professor Mikotoba, I think perhaps we should discuss this right now. Because the friend the professor is talking about is Dr. John H. Wilson. And that's not something we want Harris to find out about. Not like this, anyway. I mean, I understand your concern, but... I mean, she's going to find out at some point, you know? Dr. Wilson's death. But yeah, no, to go back to the main point, so I don't remember him knowing that Giselle Brett her real name was Asa Shin. Because, like, I mean, we just figured it out for ourselves. I've just remembered something. Biscuits! This hotel has the most delicious-looking biscuits. That was rather out of the blue. She's doing this deliberately. I think I'll go and see if I can purchase some. I wonder, would you like to come too, Iris? Oh, I see what you're, I see what game you're playing, Suzada. That's very kind of you. And also quick-witted. Oh, yes! You just tried to leave me behind. Ha ha ha. So that young girl is called Iris Wilson, is she? Yes, that's right. And she's the author of all those adventure stories starring the great detective Sholmes. But the name of the credited author isn't Iris, is it? It's Dr. John H. Wilson. Yes, I know. That's the name of her father, you see. Her father? Dr. John H. Wilson. I was deeply indebted to the man for all the kindness he showed me during my time in London. That's why I was keen to reciprocate and invite him to the Imperial Yume University 40 years ago. But he was murdered last year by... Giselle Brett. Why? Why would the hand of the Reaper stretch all the way to Japan? You know, it's a good question. I mean, the whole thing we've learned, supposedly, before anyway, is that if you leave the country, or if you leave London, or England in general, that you're safe from the Reaper, no matter what. Yet, if Giselle killed John Wilson, and, well, he was in Japan, so yeah, that's normally how it works. Iris knows nothing about that case, but it seems very likely that the victim, Dr. Wilson, was her father. Well, I can't say that we ever spoke about his family, so I don't know if he had a daughter or not. But I think I can say with some certainty, that he was never the great detective's partner. So, it could have been another Dr. Wilson, do you think? Well, John and Wilson are both common names after all. Yeah, that's true enough. I mean, John's like one of the most popular names, very common, and Wilson is a pretty common surname, so... Do you have a Dr. John H. Wilson, though? I mean, that one's a little less coincidental. Still, it's probably best not to mention this to the young lady, until we can be sure. That's what we thought, yes. We're back! A dinosaur story with cinnamon biscuits. Oh, they smell delicious, Iris. I think cinnamon will go very well with the tea they serve here. Don't you, Susie? Yes, yes. I'm sure you're right, Iris. Quite curious. But, I guess we won't know for sure until later. I haven't seen Judge Shigoko for a while, have you? Guilty! I do kind of remember the voice I gave for him. You know, very, very serious. Well, well, that was from like the first case, you know, when we first saw him. I gave him kind of a serious, you know, thoughtful voice. Though when we met him recently, well, met him earlier in this case, he did have a kind of a surprisingly jovial side to him, as we can see. So, but that guilty is still ringing in my ears. No. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen him since this morning either. I suppose since the symposium's opening was postponed, he'll have gone to explore at the Great Exhibition. Oh, that reminds me of something you mentioned yesterday. about Judge Jigoko having once been in the dock himself. Ah, yes. It was all tied up with that accursed trial. The closed trial of Kazuma's father. Shishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and actually managed to break the witness stand. God damn, is he the Incredible Hulk now all of a sudden? Come on, pal. Oh my. He also said some contemptuous words about the British government, the British Empire, for which he was charged. Oh dear. Although it's worryingly easy to imagine him doing that. Well, it was all alright in the end. He was acquitted, and we returned home to Japan together. Well, that's, nice. I mean, nice that he was... I mean, it's good that he's wanted to stick up for his friend. And also nice that he wasn't arrested for saying bad words about the government. Thank goodness. Yes. Talking of Shishiro, I have a copy of that photograph we all took together here yesterday. Please. Oh yeah. I do remember that. It was a nice photo. Oh, what a lovely picture. Although we aren't wearing the uniforms that we are actually wearing, because I mean they weren't going to draw two versions of the same picture for DLC that's totally optional. But either way, yes, it is a nice photo. I mean, we got Jikoku, we got Ryunosuke, we got Susato, we got Mikotoba. I mean, the gang's all here, Well, it certainly seems to shout. We've arrived in Britain. Although I will say Ryunosuke does look a little, well, I mean, he doesn't look sad or mad, but I don't know. It looks like he's got something on his mind. The commemorative photograph has been entered into the court record. None of us had any idea what was coming when we took that, did we? No, that's so true, bestie. I mean, the photo is fine. It's just, the murder that kind of could have put a damper on things. But anyway, before we wrap things up, about the favor. What was the favor? So, you mentioned a favor that you'd like to ask me. Oh, the music went dark. Well, this fateful trial that you're fighting, one way or another, it will be over before long. And when it is, I'd like you to accompany me back to Japan. You want me to do... What? What? Father? What's the meaning of this? Now, Susato, you should understand. You've seen how our courts work firsthand. Japan's judicial system is in its infancy. Infancy. Especially when it comes to defense. Oh, you mean... The Supreme Court of Judicature is in desperate need of a good defense lawyer. As soon as possible. Really quite urgently, in fact. But I've not even been in London a year yet. I've read all of Susato's reports. I'm well aware of your extraordinary talents. And having seen you in action with my own eyes earlier today, there's no question. You, Naruhodo, are precisely the man our country needs. Damn. I mean, it's kind of a shock, but I mean, I can't say I don't respect it a little. I mean, talking about going from zero to hero, am I right? And when we were last in Japan, the Supreme Court wanted to fucking throw us under the bus, but now they fucking need us. kind of empowering in its own way. So, you'd be leaving then, Rono? But then, what am I supposed to do, Father? Yeah, what are you supposed to do, says Otto. You came here to serve as Asogi's judicial assistant. Oh, yes. She's supposed to be Kazuma's assistant. Our government is still in the process of deciding how best to deal with the situation, though. You've always chosen your own path, says Otto, and I trust your judgment. In this matter also. Father? Please, Peregrine, don't look so downcast. It's merely a suggestion, you understand? A hope, if I'm honest. But I won't force you. All I ask is that you consider it, and come to a decision by the time that this trial concludes. Yes, alright, I guess. Boy, the trial will put a more weight on our shoulders. You won't leave, will you, Runo? Aw. I mean, I don't want to abandon Iris. The thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Up until now, I've just been trying to do what I believe to be Kazuma's will. But it turns out that he's still alive, so where does that leave me? You know, that's a fair question. Where does that leave us? Quite curious. Quite curious indeed. Well, if you'll excuse me now, I need to telegram government ministers and the Japanese police with this information about Asa Shin. Of course, Father. Thank you. I look forward to next month's installment, Miss Wilson. Oh, good! And please, do come to Baker Street sometime, won't you? We'd love to entertain you. I would be delighted. The best of luck for tomorrow, Naruhodo. And give my suggestion your full consideration, won't you? Yes, I will. Going back home? You know, Kazuma-sama has always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all of this. Yes, no doubt. That was a downcast note. Asa Shin. Of course! It's so obvious. Oh my god! Where the fuck have you been, Herlock, my boy? How could I have neglected to consider the possibility before now? Ah! Mr. Sholmes? Hurley? Where have you been? Why? I joined you all for tea, of course. What an extraordinary question. I didn't notice you at all. I'm talking about Stealth 100. No matter, no matter. Anyway, to more pressing concerns. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? I must dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It is a matter of much urgency. To Japan, you mean? Tell me, to whom can I entrust the task? Quickly now, who? Ah, well, my father has just now left to send a telegram to the Imperial Police Bureau of Japan himself. I see. Well, he looks reliable enough for a bearded fellow. And what do you got against bearded fellows? I don't think what Father sports could be considered a beard, Mr. Sholmes. Wait, yeah, no. Wait, he has a mustache. That's not really a beard, but... There's not a moment to lose. kindly ask your trusty unshaven father to see this is sent. I will, but what is it? No questions at this time, if you please, Mr. Zato. All we can do is pray that for once, my deduction is awry. Oh. What deduction? Doesn't that, oh. Sorry, I didn't get to finish the line. Doesn't that imply that your deductions are normally correct, Mr. Sholmes? Which isn't exactly. Now then. You may be surprised to learn that I'm a very busy man. I certainly have no time to hide behind settees and eavesdrop on other people's conversations. Even though that's exactly what you were doing. So that's what joining us for tea meant. I leave the sending of this in your hands, my dear fellows. God, did he just fucking vanish? Like that was just a whoosh. Wait a minute. Mr. Sholmes? He just sort of ran off, didn't he? Quite a pace. And left the unpaid bill for his tea behind, too. Ah, that filcher. I must catch up with Father at the telegraph office at once. And I'll run and call the cab straight away. Well, damn, they fucking ran off, you know. And there was me, thinking everyone would be clamoring to pay Mr. Jones's bill. And now I'm alone. Oh wait, what was the telegram? You're not gonna let me check out and see what the telegram was? Well, way to leave me into suspense. And also way for me to leave everyone else into suspense, because now is as good a time as any to wrap the episode up, I guess. Well, again, I kind of wish I had been able to finish up Cosmo in the last episode, but I didn't know I needed to present the autopsy report. But at least we got to talk to Mikotoba, learn some more information. Again, I still want to follow up on him knowing about Asa Shin being Giselle Brett, because I'm pretty sure that was not information that was widely known. I mean, we just figured it out for ourselves. So, yeah, what's that about? Along with all the other stuff, too. But anyway, we can do that stuff. I guess we'll figure out the next, wherever we're going to go in the next episode. Until then, though, I'll see you around.